Welcome to the Certified Ethical Hacker Learning course. Together, we'll unlock the power of cybersecurity and open doors to new opportunities. Cyber Threat Intelligence, CTI. Definition and purpose. In cybersecurity, a threat refers to any potential event or action, accidental or intentional, that can compromise the integrity, availability, or confidentiality of an organization's systems or data. Cyber Threat Intelligence, CTI, is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about potential or current cyber threats. The goal is to proactively defend against future attacks by understanding adversary behavior, tactics, and motives. Today, we'll explore the importance of language learning, strategies to support your journey, and how to apply your skills in real life. CTI involves identifying emerging threats and unknown vulnerabilities, and analyzing global cyber attack trends. By transforming unknown risks into known ones, CTI allows organizations to make informed decisions and reinforce their security strategies. CTI supports the prevention of attacks, such as malware infections, phishing schemes, SQL injection, denial of service, DOS, insider threats, data breaches. It improves overall cybersecurity awareness, facilitates risk mitigation planning, and helps teams respond more effectively to security incidents. Categories of cyber threat intelligence CTI is typically divided into four types, each serving a different audience and purpose. 1. Strategic Threat Intelligence Audience. Executives, CSOs, and high-level decision makers. Focus. Long-term risks, business impact, industry-wide trends. Purpose. Informs high-level planning and resource allocation. Sources. Open source intelligence, OSINT, vendors, information sharing and analysis centers, ISACs. Includes impact of cyber threats on business, nation-state attacks, threat actor profiles, industry-specific threat trends, geopolitical and regulatory factors. 2. Tactical Threat Intelligence Audience. Security teams, administrators, architects. Focus. Tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, used by attackers. Purpose. Helps prepare detection and mitigation strategies. Sources. Security reports, malware analyses, and threat databases includes indicators of compromise, IOCs, attack vectors and techniques, malware behavior patching and defense planning. 4. Technical Threat Intelligence Audience, SOC teams, IR teams, system engineers. Focus, specific artifacts and IOCs, IP addresses, file hashes, email headers. Purpose, immediate detection and response automation. Sources, security feeds, incident logs, malware samples. Includes known malicious domains and IPs, hash values of malware files, URLs and headers used in phishing attacks. Audience, SOC teams, IR teams, system engineers. Focus, specific artifacts and IOCs, IP addresses, file hashes, email headers. Purpose, immediate detection and response automation. Sources, security feeds, incident logs, malware samples. Includes known malicious domains and IPs, hash values of malware files, URLs and headers used in phishing attacks. Threat modeling definition and role. Threat modeling is a proactive security technique used to identify potential risks and vulnerabilities during the design and development of software systems or networks. It helps teams view the system from an attacker's perspective and assess potential weaknesses before deployment. Objectives of threat modeling: pinpoint design flaws or architectural weaknesses, analyze possible attacker methods and motivations, enhance overall system security by addressing risks. Early, create a secure by design development culture. Key elements in threat modeling: attacker perspective, understand potential adversaries and their goals. System characterization, review application architecture, data flow, and external connections. Threat identification, recognize possible threats and attack scenarios. Risk prioritization, rank threats based on likelihood and impact. Best practices for threat modeling: use collaborative tools like whiteboards and threat modeling diagrams. Leverage existing documentation. System architecture, user stories, and data flow diagrams. Involve cross-functional teams, including developers, sysadmins, and network engineers. Start with broad scenarios and refine iteratively. Revisit models regularly as systems evolve. Outcome: A well-developed threat model strengthens your security posture, aligns with compliance frameworks, and reduces the cost and complexity of reactive security fixes. Let me know if you'd like this formatted into a slide deck, Lumen 5 script, or a faceless YouTube voiceover. Here's a polished call to action, CTA, you can add at the end of your video or in your narration to encourage viewers to like and subscribe. Incident response. In context, incident response is a sub-function of incident handling, which itself is part of the broader incident management strategy. This layered approach ensures a holistic response to any security event. Regular training and proactive drills are essential to maintaining a capable incident response strategy. Users must be equipped to recognize and report irregular behavior quickly. Threat modeling process. 5 key steps. Define security objectives. The first step in threat modeling is establishing the application's security goals related to confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These objectives guide the depth and direction of the modeling effort. To clarify these goals, consider questions like, what kind of information must remain protected? Are there any legal or regulatory compliance mandates? Are there service-level expectations to uphold? Are there intangible assets, e.g., reputation or trust, at risk? Create an application profile. Next, create a detailed picture of how the application works. Use visual tools like whiteboard diagrams to outline full deployment topology, logical architecture layers, critical components and services, data flows and communication protocols, authentication methods and access control mechanisms. Also, identify the roles users play and their permissions, e.g., who can read, update, or delete data, common use scenarios, and possible misuse cases. All technologies used, e.g., OS, servers, databases, programming languages. Existing security mechanisms, such as input validation, authentication, session controls, and logging. Break down the application. Dissect the system to understand how it operates and where risks lie. This includes trust boundaries, pinpoint areas where trust shifts or where additional privileges are needed. Data flows, map how data enters, moves within, and exits the application, especially across trust boundaries. Entry points. Locate all interfaces where users or systems can interact with the application. Exit points. Identify where the system outputs data, especially data originating from external or untrusted sources. Analyze potential threats. Use the information from previous steps to identify threats that could exploit weaknesses in the system. Assemble a cross-functional team, including developers and testers, to brainstorm threats based on known attack patterns, grouped by categories, e.g., spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, elevation of privilege. Identify vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities are weak points in the system that may be exploited by threats. Link the identified threats to potential vulnerabilities, then prioritize them for remediation. Addressing these early can prevent breaches and reduce the attack surface. Incident management. Incident management is a structured approach for identifying, analyzing, and responding to security incidents to minimize damage and restore normal operations swiftly. Beyond response, it also includes early detection and preventive strategies. Key elements of incident management: vulnerability analysis, examining the system to detect exploitable weaknesses; artifact analysis, investigating files or software linked to an incident; security awareness, educating users to recognize and report potential threats; intrusion detection, implementing systems to identify suspicious activities; threat monitoring, keeping watch over public and private sources for emerging threats. Objectives: enhance service reliability, proactively resolve and prevent issues, minimize operational disruptions, meet availability and performance benchmarks, improve team productivity and user satisfaction, strengthen long-term defense strategies. Key personnel involved: human resources, may take disciplinary action against insiders involved in malicious activity. Legal team, defines the legal framework governing acceptable behavior and internal policy enforcement. Firewall managers, Monitor and adjust firewall settings, often the first line of defense against attacks like DOS. External service providers, often contracted to repair or clean infected systems. Diagram overview, Nginx copy edit. Incident management, plus incident handling, plus vulnerability handling, plus artifact analysis, plus triage and reporting, plus detection and response, plus monitoring and alerts. Regular training and proactive drills are essential to maintaining a capable incident response strategy. Users must be equipped to recognize and report irregular behavior quickly,